Yeah, somebody said that even the priests are being careful. They can't come out and speak the truth in public. They can't. And that's why they are all sounding ambiguous as well. You know what I mean? Like, kind of being sneaky about it. They can't say straight away the whole country is living in fear. And it's actually the fear of unknown. You don't know what side you're going to end up at. And all sides are brutal. But he easily just said we just have to keep begging people. But he was right. It is not over. And it doesn't seem that it's going to be it's not going to be over anytime soon. I'm taking you to that juicy part again. But before then, let me add this. Then we'll come back to this election matter. Dino Melaye, Keneri Dino versus Wiriwike. Talk day and a plenty, but we're coming to that. First, these guys are insisting that there should not be any inauguration next month. There will be none because it will be illegal, unconstitutional, and they don't want Nigeria to bump into an unconstitutional crisis. Well, anyway, see.
We are not unaware of the actions of conscienceless individuals held bent on imposing a regime of distrust and rancor on Nigeria and to call on them to desist forthwith. We cannot continue to water the lawns of emotional cannibals who raise and rise to power on the blood of ordinary Nigerians. The recent comments by Professor Wole Soyinka is the most unfortunate and regrettable. While we do not frown at his remarks because of any political party or politicians or movement referenced, we do so because of his emotionless detour from the real issues of the elections to pursue what appears as selective witch hunt. It is on record that Professor Wole Soyinka never condemned the shameless episode of ethnic profiling, intimidation and hate speech by elements such as Musilimu Akinsanya, aka MC Oluomo, Bayo Ononuga, FF Kayode, and a host of other atrocious persons. All their actions are not fascist, nor did he condemn Professor Mahmoud Yakubu's instance of flaunting INEC's guidelines, the Electoral Act, and his rush to declare a winner. It is sad that when it matters the most, the voice of our dear Prof, whose books and thoughts form the basis of academic pursuit by some, should breathe reason on the polity, he chose to stand with the oppressor in a burning house, enjoying a rat chase. The Prof should be a father to all Nigerians, irrespective of ethnicity, religion, party, or social affiliation. However, he has betrayed the trust of many Nigerians who before now hold him in high esteem. Yeah. We therefore call for the boycott of his books, yes! Articles and events, yes! And all public engagements, yes! That celebrate his literary achievements, which as of today do not recognize the well-being of the ordinary Nigerian. Yes. Yeah. We need role models, not sellouts. Yes! The international community, especially Europe and America, must understand that despite the prescribed neutrality based on diplomatic ethics, will be the most affected if anything happens to Nigeria's democracy. The weight of human energy that will mob your borders will be as never imagined. We frown at the rush of most of the diplomatic communities to congratulate INEC's president-elect. This action will further embolden the ponderers of the will of Nigerians to hold onto the stolen victory. We therefore call for discretion forthwith. Finally, may we reinstate our commitment to a united, democratic, prosperous Nigeria. We are moved by this commitment to call for answers to the evil of 1st of March 2023, a very traumatic moment in our history. For that day, the sanctity of what should ordinarily be a free and fair process was buried in the sands of impunity. That declaration by Professor Yaqub Mahmoud remains a dark moment in our history. Little wonder the nation responds with mourning. Our country has been on a perilous journey since then. We call on all Nigerians, including the judiciary, to rise up and save Nigeria. For saving Nigeria is a collective toil. Yes. Let Nigeria win. Yes. Freedom cometh by struggle. Freedom comes by struggle, by struggle. Freedom come by struggle, by struggle. Freedom comes by struggle, by struggle. Freedom comes.
What shall I say unto the Lord?
Yes, Lord.
All I have to say,
Thank you, Lord.
thank
shall I
you,
say?
Lord.
Thank you,
We can
Lord.
deliver, we buy ye can deliver. Rock it,
Thank you, Lord. In everything, just thank God. In my own world, my grandfather of blessed memory would say, in everything, just thank God. Or in other words, in any situation you find yourself, no matter how tough life is, my brother, I beg, chopo. Any problem you may be facing, just make sure you eat. You see, anytime you are unable to eat, that itself is a big problem. I'm speaking from experience. And when you have a chance, don't take this life too serious. Like some people would want to. Laugh too. And that is why, in the middle of this ulabalu, bulaba, balabulu, I think we deserve a break of laugh. A little bit. It's not funny anyway, but I mean, something that can kind of bring your mood back from this election, that, because now the issue of election too, and this time around is between Werewike and Keneri Dino. Now, Werewike first serve. You know, when you go and play ping pong, table tennis, somebody go first serve. Werewike served. Keneri Dino dakpada like 3 times. You know, personally, they say, I have to bring they don't bring waiting I love. Something we say I love, but they don't bring them. They don't bring my favorite food. Oh. That's how Dino has been since yesterday. Why? Dino pasted a poster. He wants to be the next governor of Kogi after Yeye Bello. I mean, Kulomejakako now. Now death make crayfish bend. Now death make fish, kind of bend. Keneri Dino was one of those. He was the spokesperson for Yeye Bello. In 2015 or so, or 2015. It was in APC then. It was the world screaming everywhere. We don't want Lagos landlord to come and impose anybody on us. We don't want this in APC before they left. The first person that Yeye Bello dealt with was Keneri Dino. Mama no Dino money. One they beat Dino like say Dino na thief. In one of the occasions, Dino run and he hid on the tree. He said he was running away from his kidnappers, Bello people that kidnapped him. That he had to hide on a tree for 3 days. No food, no water. 3 days. He was hiding from Bello people. The person way bring it to power. Anyway, we all know that Canary Dino will actually swim in the mud if he's allowed. Whether you allow him or not, he will swim in the mud. Where the wicked will dance naked in the markets. All he requires is just the music. So the two women that met themselves, when they met, it was like Esprit de Corps. Yeah? Where is Wiki?
How many them there? Why we no go read them? How many them there? Why we no go read them? How many them there? Why we no go read them? How many them? How many them there? Why we no go read them? How many them there? Why we no go read them? How many them? Some people think say you dey do juju.
If this is a joke, they will never go free.
Them dey bone face oh, oh yeah, that wood them dey bone face for. Busy body yeah, you're so wicked they walk oh.
You know, as I'm watching you on television now, they paint them. That is all. And they sweet there.
Oṣó ni, àjẹ́ ni, ẹlẹ́bọlóògùn ni, amániṣe ni, afàìmọ́niṣe ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀.
Amen. Call your own.
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil
He don't cast, last. Everybody go chop breakfast. 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 He don't cast, last.
Sorry about that. I had to do some quick fix, okay? So yeah, Canary Dino and with the Wiki. Now Wiki first serve said Canary Dino. They are talking about people who won't be governor. Dino self won't be governor. This is not funny. With the Wiki.
If what they are planning happens in Kogi State, where they are toying, they are giving opportunity to Dino Nilai. And this is what I tell people. You started to fail first. When you give Dino that ticket, you know he won't win in Kogi State. And then tomorrow, why would Kogi people say they will vote for a candidate like Dino?
But it's from Kogi
Are we
West.
joking?
He's an indigenous of the state.
Oh, please.
And it's from Kogi West.
With due respect to all of us. I mean, the mere fact that you are from Kogi, they are for any Kogi person. No, that's not the truth. This is what we do. When they are going for, you are talking about governance of a state. And we are not talking about drama. This is not what we are talking about. We're talking about governance of a state. For Christ's sake, PDP presents such a candidate, and you mean that Kogi people want development? You see, let us stop this idea that it's from Kogi. It's okay. Take, for example, anybody from Lagos State, because election, then Lagos people will just go and vote for him because you're from Lagos. I mean, you can't. can be serious.
Are you saying Dino doesn't have?
Dino does not have what it takes. For Christ's sake. For crying out loud. What is he going to do? He knows me very well. He knows.
What disqualifies him?
He does not have what it takes to be a governor at all. It's not by coming to add drama on television. No, it's not that. It's not by coming to arise to abuse Wike. It's not that. It's not that. Look, ask Jido when he's saying we're running for governorship. Saraki brought him to me. Ask him. He knows what I'm talking about. He knows. How can you tell me such persons will be governor?
Tell us what happened.
I've just ended that. I've said he's watching. He knows. Let him come and let him know.
So he's watching.
He's watching.
Distinguished Senator Saraki brought him to you.
Yes.
And he said he wanted to be governor.
You know,
then what happened?
I let him come out and then I'll go to the.
Sure. In fact, I don't know, maybe it's just me. If not because the Agbas caught my attention, Wike seems to be completely off the picture now. Nobody is really interested in whatever he has to say anymore. I don't know if it's just me. Is it just me or just, I don't know. I used to listen to him for his entertainment, like when he's. But now, that is a good way to start a fight. And I wouldn't miss that for anything. I mean, come on. Wike called the Kennedy Dino. Like that one is here. In 2019, 2019, Kennedy Dino said he wanted to be governor of Kogi. Was it 2019? Okay, all right. Well, he didn't make it. Dino, what says you? Replying with a Wike. Let's hear Dino. Dino has his own response, which starts with this. Okay, Akoko, first. Dino Melaye said, Wike is angry because he didn't help him. Yeah? To beg Atiku to make him vice president instead of Okowa. And that is why Wike is misyanning and he doesn't like him. But he promised him this.
Governor Wike was my biggest sponsor. Already he's on his way to prison. In fact, Wike's prison uniform will have embroidery because of the way he has stolen the resources and patrimony of the Rivers people. And I am sitting down here. Any other interview, if he will not wash his hands out of Kogi State and leave Dino Melaye alone, if somebody like Yaya Bello and Wike can become governor, then you are saying the intellectually mobile fine boy Dino cannot be governor. How? Me and Wike, we are poles apart. Poles apart in everything, every ramification. I'm not his mate. He can only be older than me. I'm not proud of him as a governor. A governor who wears blue on yellow, yellow on green, at times purple, who does not have a dress sense, who does not know what the time is globally today. I'm a town boy. I know what it is. I know what time it is. And I've got something upstairs. So I'm just warning him, make it stay for him lane, If you do gra, don't they talk to people, then they do. If you do gra, come my own side, then I go grind them, I go do skit for them. I go sing for them. I go release album for them. On daily basis, I will finish him. So make it just stay where God put them. Kogi no be rivers. Go and see people in their thousands came out in Kogi State. The commoners in Kogi States. The real people who are the voters of Kogi State came out and they were clamoring for Dino should be their governor. So if some people, there's a lot of poverty in town now. I've been influenced financially to come and say they are not supporting Dino. It is, let them collect the money and eat now. There's no imposition by the PDP. The processes are being followed. And it will be followed to a logical conclusion. Why are they afraid of Dino?
If you have the delegate list. agreed.
But it is not them that conducts delegate election. It is the party that conducts delegate election. And you cannot oppose your wish on the party. The party will only report what happens on the field. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. The party will, that is what is happening. Why are they afraid? Even before the referee blows whistle, you're already complaining. Even I'm speaking with you now, the delegate list is not out. Some people have gone to court already. Ahead of the delegate list. They've not even seen the delegate list and they have gone to court. And the person who went to court, his name is on the delegate list. And all this is Wike. Being propelled by Wike, saying he will spend his money in Kogi to make sure that Dino does not emerge. Anybody but Dino. Are you not surprised that Yaya Bello and Wike have the same tangential, they have the same motive? But unfortunately for them, I am used to taming lions, whether black lion or white lion, whether in the forest, on the water, on the sea. My specialty is to tame lions, and I will tame both Wike and Yaya Bello. I will. I am Dino Melai. I'm a Daniel.
I told you, I need to lighten the room. I need to lighten your mood. And the only two clowns that could do the job for me very well, without me doing much, Canary Dino and Were Wike, the two combo to bad. Listen to the part where he said he begged him. He called him 19 times in 2 hours. So Wike called Dino 19 times to help him beg Atiku. Listen to this one. Let's see if that's
government, because already he's on his way to prison. In fact, Wike's prison uniform will have. Governor Wike was my biggest sponsor. Governor Wike was my biggest supporter to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He supported my primaries. He did not just support my primaries. Wike provided his private jet to drop me in Kogi in Obajana airstrip on the day of my primaries. And he was calling me every minute, to find out, where are we? Have we succeeded? So meaning that Wike saw something in me in 2019 when he supported me. He knew I was a gubernatorial material. He knew I was fit to be governor. Hence, his investment or support, as the case may be. So what now happened between 2019 and 2023?
That's the question.
That you are now saying that I'm not fit to be a governor. Somebody you have spent your money on, somebody you supported materially and otherwise, but suddenly because I'm not a bootlicker, suddenly because I refuse to participate in your very myopic and intellectually stagnant presidential ambition, you now see me, understand, as one not fit for governorship. You now start using foul languages on my person.
So this is about 2023 election?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
The fight between both of you is because of the last election?
Everyone in this country, including yourself, knows that once Wike does not entertain second opinion. And that is why you can see that even lawyers who are taking their evidence to court have been barricaded, violently destroying their materials. He abhors opposition. He cannot stand opposition. That's why he has even gone to court to try to stop opposition from participating in the election. That is why people are hired people will go to INEC and block and barricade INEC from others coming to lay their complaints or get their evidence or get certified true copies of what they are demanding for. That is typical some Wike for you. Yeah, and Nigerians, if you give me a minute, Nigerians should not also be fooled. Let me tell you this. Wike will come and tell you. Anyway, he's not even getting that right. Apparently, he didn't go to a nursery school, so he has problem with his vowels. He calls it integrity. So that is integrity. Justice, equity, that is always clamoring. He doesn't possess 1% of it. When he will come and tell you he wants the southern presidency, that is why he's fighting. But that is a bogus lie. Wike wanted to be vice presidential candidate to Atiku. Wike called me 19 times in 2 hours when Atiku was going to mention his vice presidential candidate. Lobbying me with everything possible to influence Atiku to announce him as the vice president. I have witnesses.
Sure, you get what I said earlier? The two perfect combo. But now let's leave the joke apart now. Did you hear where he said, with a wicked get private jets? Hey, you're long about. I know that Tinubu has about 3 top, what is it they call that thing? Can they call stream? Something stream. They get all this new aircraft like that. They will call them something shy. Anyway, I haven't gotten to that stage yet, flying private jets. When I start flying private jets, I'll begin to know the names. Gulfstream, something Gulfstream. It'd be like Obokun Oloye for plane. Plane that is like sport plane. This guy has that, and we could tell, but with the wicked self get private jets. Hey, when somebody told me that Ibikunle Amusun, being governor of Ogun State, he bought himself as well a private jet too. Ha. Governor, private jets. Hey. Anyway, he said that before trailer passed their midst. And I believe him. Do you know something? Everything Dino said about Werewike, I believe him. Everything Werewike said about Dino, I believe him too. I believe both of them. You know why? They can't lie about one another. They can exaggerate. Everything they said about themselves is true. Don't try to give an excuse and say, no, it's just... Don't do that. Don't. When they tell you who they are, believe them. Don't kind of try to make it up and all that, all right? Now let's go back to, okay. I wish the two of them can just meet. Like Obino's wife and Bianca. Those who know them very well said, Obino's wife and Bianca, they're no degree. Somehow, when a chance presented itself, what's that a woman's name? What's Obino's name again? Obino's name. I mean, Obino's wife's name. Obiageli, what's her name? That woman. I wish Dino and Wike can just meet. Okuku settle man to man. Like these people settled their own a year ago. Woman to woman in Oka.
Hey! You are a bitch.
You get that? You're a bitch. Hey, you're a bitch. You know? Just bring Dino and Wike together. And they just face themselves and be like, Dino will just be like that. And then Wike will just be like, you know what I mean? And you just, settle it once and for all, but they won't do that. Let me show you again. It was like that, like, I'm feeling too warm here. Is that Bianca sitting over there? Yeah, that's Bianca. That's the wife of our leader, this or that. Okay. I think I'm hungry for a kind of a slap. The wife of a governor stood up. Did they look by Baju, look by Bati? They can't hold your head. The wife of governor, they do swearing in for another governor. This was a year, 1 month ago. I wish they could do this again.
Hey! You are a bitch.
I don't agree. How can you slap me like that? Slap me. Everybody come they say, Madam, sorry. Go and sit down. Madam, sorry. Another said that Ibiri was drunk. They said she's drunk. And that's why they said she was actually like kind of, I'm like, oh no. I was going to try and see if they're going to like, the woman fight and all that. Well, more rich people deserve the fight too. If you take some people out of gutter, but you may not be able to take the gutter out of them. You understand what I mean? So a lot of people who actually don't like her husband, okay? They easily accuse her of being a drunk, a very good drinker, so to say. And on such occasion, you wouldn't expect her to be that drunk. It doesn't really matter anyway. That was a year ago, okay? And we look forward to any sort of a replay, maybe some other time. Now, let's go back to where the drama was ongoing. Remember, Tinubu is replying to this man. And since he made this statement, right, of course.
The election that we just witnessed have been conducted and results announced as programmed. It is a clear version from electoral rules and guidelines as we were promised. This election did not meet the minimum standard expected of a free, transparent, credible, fair election. It will go down as one of the most controversial elections ever conducted in Nigeria. The good and hardworking people of Nigeria have again been robbed by our supposed leaders whom they trusted. However, let me humbly and most respectfully appeal to all Nigerians to remain peaceful, law-abiding, and conduct themselves in most responsible manner. Please be assured that Dati and I, and indeed all of us, this is not the end, but the beginning of the journey for a birth of new Nigeria. Dati Baba Ahmed and I remain absolutely undaunted and deeply committed to the project of a new Nigeria that will be built on honesty, transparency, fairness, justice, equity. All the above starts with the process. The process through which people come into office is far more fundamental, more important than what they do thereafter. It's my belief, and I've maintained so consistently, that if you must answer His Excellency, the process through which you arrive to office must be excellent. We must now require that we do the right things in order to generate the required confidence and moral authority to lead. As you know, the destruction of a society begins and gradually progress when we act rascally or with deliberate manipulation of the rule of law and suppression of the will of the people. During my campaign process, I would say that we will govern by the rule of law, because we know what not doing that will bring about. And that's why we insisted that. Let me reiterate, and I assure you that good people of Nigeria, that we will explore all legal and peaceful action to reclaim our mandate.
And that is the genesis of all this you are witnessing now. I don't know how strong Obi is, or those who are his allies. And then but I have seen the resilience of you, the obedient. I have seen it all. I have seen you strangulate the oppressors without touching them. I have heard them scream. I have heard them kind of a cry in agony, screaming of what you have done to them, even though you haven't touched them physically. You have scared them so much that they are harming for war. Yet, you are harmed with your phones and your talent. The one that you use in digging old content that they would not want anybody to actually see en masse. You are doing all of this and they call that attack on them. They call you fascist and the rest. This is bigger. I can say this, I don't have a full clue, but I can imagine it. And imagining it can actually help me to understand what is coming, because there are pieces that you can put together that will give you a kind of a lead way that when things like what happened to Peter Obi in London last week, when things like that happen, you don't tend to express so much surprise or shock. You just kind of see, oh, maybe, just maybe, this can help others to understand what deep state truly means, right? And how they work, even when you think they are doing too much or they are going extreme to the extreme, they will go and they will do anything and everything, legal and illegal, and I mean mostly illegal, to tame any threat to their power. In this instance, even though they control the courts, even though they control almost everything, they are still so scared of somebody who doesn't control anything, but enjoying the will or the support of the people who are the victims of the likes of Tinubu and co. Yes, they will do anything. I mean, it sounds ridiculous. The guy himself won't talk about it yet, and I wish he does, because he can actually help. So let you understand that somebody might sound ridiculous, or it might look ridiculous. Nothing looks ridiculous to these criminals. Even when it looks ridiculous, they can legitimize it. Or what sense does this actually make? Peter Obi has been in the UK and he's been in the news. He's been all over the UK media, the UK everywhere, yeah? The UK intelligence agency and the rest of them, they know about him. The UK immigration knows about him. He's not just any or anybody, just anyone. Then if somebody says that there is a report by his own spokesperson, that he was handed a detention paper, a presidential candidate in Nigeria. Hello? It is not a coincidence. So I wish they would be able to dig more, but I'm not going to do this on speculation, okay? Who does this? Who did this and why? Alone. I am just going to say the fact that it happened at all is enough to tell you that those who are singing back in Nigeria that he must be arrested, he must be jailed, he must be taking all manner of different threats coming his way. What if they're actually doing it internationally too? Or how does this even make any sense? That Nigeria issued a passport to another Nigerian, and the name, the date of birth, which means the age, and every detail on that passport is replica of every detail on Peter Obi's passport. Hello? That the UK immigration now stopped Peter Obi based on duplication allegation. Duplication, which means, yes, Peter Obi is standing here. He's got his passport, he's got his visa, he's got everything, right? Now he's waiting to be cleared to enter the UK, but rather than that happening, he was actually under the detention paper, and they took him away from the crowd. And when the crowd started reacting like, are you mad? Do you know who you are holding? What is going on here? They said, we're sorry. We are holding this man because we suspect that he's using somebody else's identity. On our data, there is already a Peter Obi that we are looking for in the UK. He has been committing so many crimes, some of them high crimes, and this Peter Obi that we are seeing here, we need to take him in and check if it's not the Peter Obi we are looking for. Really? Oma? That is the new one. Okay? So, you can do with that whatever you think. But don't be surprised and start acting funny when you hear a breaking news. They have done so and so. Peter Obi arrested because of so and so. And you begin to act like, when? This is how they always do this. We don't know what they have for him. And I do hope that since he has the obedience, he has you, and it is so organic and it's so real that I would say that's even enough. That's what some people say, well, that's enough if you have us. But to others who are standing up, indeed, of course, they know the trick, they know the game, so they're also firing back. If you inaugurate Kolu, we don't care what you're going to do to us. We don't care what you want to do or what you plan to do to us, but you are never going to find peace. Just like this guy said. Like, take a look.
Please permit us to read that. Observers for the Nigerian General Election 2023, having observed the presidential and National Assembly elections in Imo State, wish to use this medium to express dissatisfaction with the outcome of the National Assembly elections, especially the Imo North Senatorial election in Okigwe local government area. The Imo North Senatorial District comprises of the following 6 local government areas, that's Obowu, Ihituboma, Ehimembano, Onimo, Okigwe, and Isialambano. As INEC accredited foot soldiers and electoral process stakeholders, we are miffed by the results turned out by INEC as winners and losers in that electoral contest. To the best of our knowledge and understanding, the result of the Imo North Senatorial District as declared by INEC runs completely contrary to the number of accredited registered voters visibly collected results at the polling units and the collection centers. Worse still, wards and communities numbering about 7 had no elections there. Available cases in question are wards like Awobu, Aku, Amuro, Ihube, Omowa, Ogi.
My respected colleagues,
the House of Representatives.
It's actually more I could actually share with you in this on this as well tonight, but I'm going to call it tonight. I know I was going to take calls, but I'm like, no, we'll start with this. Then we're going to do another bigger one, and then I'm going to do another bigger one where a lot of us are really going to. But the bottom line is this, okay? The legal battle have started. It's set to go now. We are just going to wait for another few days when you will begin to see the tribunal sitting and the argument flying. Now, you can count on Mayegun's Diary Political, especially now they are talking about streaming it live. When the tribunal goes live, Mayegun's Diary Political will go live too. I'll see you some other time. Thank you very much. And then currently we have over 4,000 of us on YouTube. Thank you for always, okay? I wish I could take you longer tonight, but I am going to be here with you tomorrow, okay? So you can, before you leave, like this broadcast, share it. You can subscribe too if you haven't. And if you have done all of that, you don't need to do them again, okay? I will see you next time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Mayegun Diary Political. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary. ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣeré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lérí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ̀rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.